Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. Miami Dolphins getting ready for the Las Vegas Raiders this week. Week 11, back from the bye. And we got a change to Tua Tagovailoa, a man with a new hairdo. He is braided up. He's got the cornrows going. It's a fantastic look. Everybody got the great unveiling today. Said his hair was getting too crazy. I like it. You know what? Let Tua's got the whole new thing going on. He's got the arm sleeve. He's a moose. Throw a different hairdo in there as well, just to get the look going. But he apparently had been playing this for a little bit, according to Jerome Baker. Broke the internet. That's what Tua does when you're one of the biggest stars in the NFL. Everybody's like, whoa. Now, everybody's having some fun with it. It looks good. I like it. People are, hey, would you change it? Do you change it? It's hair, dude. I mean, it's not that big a deal. He's got his thing going on. Jimmy Butler, he's got the hair style change all the time. I'm all for Tua doing whatever the hell Tua wants to do. The thing actually that gave me the goosies, though, he was asked about in his press conference this week about the idea of winning MVP. And look, his answer is not surprising, but the goosies are no less based on what he had to say.
Winning league MVP, is that a goal for you? Is that a consideration at all for you? Is that something that enters your mind?
Brother, I just want to help our team win the Super Bowl. I think that would be the greatest deal. When everything's said and done, no one can take that away from you.
That's Goosey's galore, dude. I mean, honestly, that is like Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. That is Goosey's on Goosey's on Goosey. It honestly is infringing on Goosey Supreme. I mean, what a perfect answer that you want from your leader. You know, Tua, this is a big personal year for him. Going to be a lot of money on the line. He's staying healthy. He's lighting up the league. He's leading in passing. He may have a wide receiver who breaks the NFL receiving record. It would be natural to be like, hey, yeah. Because, listen, people do care about individual awards. Let's be real about it. People care about their all pros. People care about their damn Madden rating, you know? How many people you see on social media upset because they got a 92, you know, or whatever the hell it is? I'm not a big Madden player. I haven't played video games in a long time, other than when my son and I play some Mario Kart. But, God, I love that, man. I love that answer from your quarterback, because it's just like, it was just such a natural reflex, right? It doesn't sound phony. A lot of quarterbacks, you know, they'll give you the robot answer, but with Tua, it's just like, you just feel like the vibe from that guy is just genuine in how he feels, and I love that, man. I thought it was such a great answer from QB1, and you know, if he does it, I mean, if he is able to do it, and there's a lot of steps to go. We're going to talk about this division here in a second, but it is it really puts Miami. It would put this guy in a different stratosphere. I'll tell you another thing though that did give me a little bit of goosies with him is he was asked about working with Dan Marino, which is something he's talked about before. But it was he was asked about the idea of his quick release, if like he's ever gotten advice from Dan Marino on it, working on the field, and he said Dan has always given him the same advice since he was a rookie.
I never got to work with Dan out on the field, dropping back and whatnot, but I've been able to gain some wisdom from Dan when he is in our meeting room. We ask questions, not just me. How would you read this? How would you look at this? And Dan gives his insight. The cool thing with Dan's just very blunt. And like Dan always tells me the same thing. And it's the same thing that he's told me since I was a rookie. It's like pick a guy and, you know, let it fly. So that's it.
It's one of those things too, man. Like, you know, Tua is the first QB, you know, who in this franchise who's actually like touching Dan Marino numbers. And I get it. Dan Marino's a video game. He was doing things in a different time, a different era. And what he would have maybe done in this era, who the hell knows? I mean, the guy probably, you know, as he said, maybe would have thrown for 6,000. Can't rule it out with how good he was back in the day. But I'm sure that Dan, you know, who is, you know, there for practices and has sat in meetings and, humbly like ask the coaches if it's okay for him to sit in the meetings and things like that. It's still got to be pretty cool to see a legend, because it's a great resource to lean on. It's probably not like, it's not his QB coach, but it's a badass thing to hear all the time. Now, getting back to his hair, Bradley Chubb reacted to this and maybe has come up with the greatest saying that refers to Tua.
What do you think of Tua's new look?
I love it. He told me he was going to do it, but I didn't believe him. And then, came in the next day with the cornrows. So, hey, the oos is loose.
The oos is loose, dude. He is loose. He's cutting it loose and is lighting it up. So I love it. It's really fantastic. I cannot wait for this team to get back on the field this week. Home game, Kevin Harlan, Las Vegas Raiders. Dolphins are a big time. I got a lot of people with angst, man, around me. I'm like, I walked into the studio the other day and I don't like them being in this position. I don't like them being in this spot where, they are the hunted, not the hunter, that they got all this extra. Dude, what are we talking about here? Do you want to talk yourself into delusion, or do you want to be in the spot you're in now where it's like, we don't have to talk about, oh, if this breaks, if this happens. No. You're talented. You're one of the most talented teams in the league. Flawed in some places, every team is. Even the Chiefs have their flaws. Everybody's got their warts right now. Maybe like the closest team that's like wartless right now is the Eagles, because they're steamrolling over everybody. Everybody has their warts right now. And you're in this spot right here. Yes, this is a Raiders team. In a lot of ways, it's good to have the Dolphins on alert that this Raiders team is coming over here. They do seem like they're riding high. They aren't an awful team. This isn't one. It's somewhere in between, right? Like the Dolphins, they have beat up on all the bad teams. The Dolphins can't beat the good teams. Well, right now you kind of got a team that's like right in the middle. They are a team with talent, between Max Crosby. They got stars there with Crosby and Adams and Josh Jacobs and now a hot shot young coach who's like, hey, he's out here and he's got the team fired up and he's got them believing in each other, and they got rid of the Garoppolo, so it's like right there in a spot in the middle. And this is one of those things where I think it has the Dolphins in the in the perfect spot. They're in their comfort zone. They are well rested coming into this game. You're getting Devon Achane back. The only thing that seems to be a huge bummer is Robert Hunt right now, but that's not even like completely. Mike McDaniel said yesterday that he's what was the term that he used? He's like I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He said that Robert Hunt missing time is like a cat.
If you've talked to Rob in the last week, this is you want to talk about like a cat being in water. Like, he hasn't ever missed a game. So we're feeling that out.
Yeah, exactly, dude. What? I mean, cats do hate water. I mean, I get it. Cats don't like water or swimming water. Didn't Robert Hunt one time like swim in the Everglades water because he was like swimming around gators? I feel like I remember that. I don't know if it was his rookie year or his second year, the year he scored a touchdown. I feel like I remember him talking about that. Very interesting man. Very interesting man, Robert Hunt. And yeah, he has been an Iron Man for this Dolphins team. So you do hope it's a speedy recovery for him and he gets back out there. But as far as Tua, he definitely thinks that this Raiders defense has a lot of challenges, including number 98.
The thing they do really well is they play together, obviously. If you look at the past two games that they've played in defensively, they look really good. 98, Max Crosby all over the field. If you look at his film, no straggling from that guy. You can see why he's talked about the way he's talked about. Got a lot of respect for him. I think that's someone that we're going to need to keep our eye on. And they got good guys in the defensive ends or in the backfield. It's not to sleep on. It's not a team to sleep on, and we got to be ready for whatever they have to throw at us.
Yeah, the guy's an absolute menace. 9.5 sacks on the season. He's killing it. And so, yeah, the Dolphins have do a great job of keeping the guys away from Tua. He certainly obviously makes it a challenge on everybody because he is so quick with releasing that ball. But for him, it's getting back out there and going to a spot where, look, he's been doing what he's been doing. And the reason he's even getting asked about MVP questions is because he's putting up the numbers that he is. Comes back from this week. And it's going to be an exciting one, man. I cannot wait to see this team back on the field. Can't wait to hear Harlan's call of it. I'm sure you guys can't wait to a lot of you can't wait to get out there, tailgate, and start basking in the glory of being back at Hard Rock Stadium. So this is gonna be thrilling. As far as the injury report's concerned, on Wednesday, no Braxton Berrios, hamstring. Chase Claypool didn't practice. We know about Hunt. Ingold getting his typical Wednesday day off. Robert Jones still out. They didn't practice Durham Smythe either. Limited practice. Big news. Devon Achane, of course, he is back out there. We know that. And of course, River Craycraft. River Craycraft is also back. Not on the injury report, but River Craycraft is on the mend. So that's really great news for the Dolphins as well. Also limited Armstead with a knee. It's Armstead. Raheem Mostert, ankle, knee, football. He was limited. And those are the other guys. Ahmed, Holland, Jalen Phillips, Jalen Waddle, all on the injury report dealing with something, but they all had full participation in practice on Wednesday. And look, get it going, tune things up. This should be a very fun, exciting matchup. And look, Tua is showing up with hair like that. The dude's going to go put up arcade numbers. That's going to be the facts, dude.